Hello guys, and welcome to another Shogun 2 Fall of the Samurai multiplayer battle. So, it's going to be a 3v3 battle on Shinano River. Now, as you guys know, I have been sick the past 2 days. My voice completely crapped down on me. You wouldn't even want to hear me. My voice is pretty much recovered, I'd say about 85%. I'm still a bit scratchy on some vocals, we'll say like that. So I apologize in advance if my voice seems scratchy to anyone, or if I highly doubt my voice will crack, but just in case. So, it's a 3v3 battle. Myself, Groin Baggage, and Magicon are going to be playing against our opponents, which are going to be Sizeric, Fudacake, and Neil Hijax? Okay, so let's go over the army composition here real quick, guys. I'm going to put it in slow motion. So, for my army, this is a small funds battle, guys, and I believe myself and my allies were all at least level 4 by now, so we ended up not being able to bring very much. Over here, I've got my Azir Dragon Force. These are meant to be more of a kind of a meat shield unit. These guys are pretty decent, like they're kind of good general all around the units, but they weren't really a decisive part of my battle. Over here, I've got some White Bear Infantry. These are the Stark Line Infantry. They are Vet 2. And they have 60 reload skills, so they are pretty much pack a good punch. And then finally over here we've got my Vermilion Bird Force. Now these guys have 12 morale and 40 reload skill and 30 accuracy. These guys' morale is very superb, and these guys are meant to be my holding force because of their morale. So we're going to see how they do in this battle. In the back I've also got 2 units of Saber Cavalry. These guys are vanilla. And that's it for my army. Over here Magicon has got 2 units of Yari Cav. They are called my Bust My Yari and Yari or Bust. Very interesting names. He's got a unit of Red Bear Infantry right here. He's got a unit of Red Bear Infantry right here as well, and they're called the Gingers Have No Souls. He's also got 1 unit of Yari Kachi and then his General Attila the Khan. And then over here, well, this will be the first engagement. We've got Groin Baggage with his Tosa Rifleman, his Black Bear Infantry over here, and then another Black Bear Infantry right here. He has a very heavy veteran army. He is planning to really just go at this guy with some pretty good veterans. Let's put this in normal speed. Now, the interesting part of this battle was that we were actually fighting off against 2 Shogun armies. This guy right here was a level 10 Silver Star, I believe, and with the old Shogun guys, so he's actually using normal Shogun troops, and then we had 2 players using the Fall of the Samurai pack. So let's take a look here at Groin Baggage's battle. So Groin Baggage is going to pull his Black Bear Infantry up initially, and you can see over here he's pulling a unit of Yariki that he's around in through the woods, and he's going to be running them straight into the enemy's bows, I think. Yeah, the enemy's got some bow ashigaru here. He's going to pull his troops straight into the enemy's bow ashigaru, and he is going to cleave straight through them there. Look at that blood pack. Nice blood splattered on the screen. I really enjoyed that. And then his units are just going to start opening fire and pouring fire onto these bow ashigaru, and he's going to shatter them. So this enemy is really getting decimated right now. I don't really know what his plan was, because you can see he's got a unit of Katana Cavalry, which is completely unveteranized, and he's got a unit of ashigaru and Naginata Samurai. So his army composition was a bit weird. Over here on my flank, this is where Khan and I are going to make a 2-pronged assault against this opponent. Well, you can see over here that this opponent, let's see, what was his name? Fudacake, is going to be rushing his troops into the water to try to save his ally and go straight and make a straight shot through this cavern. So I'm going to send my troops up in a pretty quick advance to start taking on this enemy opponent, because I want to get him out of the game before his ally comes to help him, because if I cannot kill him beforehand and Khan can't watch my flank, then I'm going to get completely outflanked and destroyed. So right here I'm going to push my troops up. You can see I'm going to line them up in a decent position. The enemy is taking a pretty good position on the hill here. He does have these Black Bear Infantry, which are pretty heavily upgraded. They do have a morale upgrade, so they will definitely stand their ground. So over here, my Vermilion Bird Force is going to launch their first round. You can see they're going to completely destroy this Black Bear Infantry. I'm going to focus fire them with the Vermilion Bird Force and my White Bear Infantry. And you can see after just 1 volley, these guys are already wavering. Let's take a look at this fight. Kaboom, just look at that. 18 men. They are almost down already just from 2 volleys. And now the enemy is definitely getting close now. This guy has brought a more of a melee-based build. You can see he's got some Katana Kachi, and the only real skirmish units he has are 2 units of White Tiger Force. Those guys are kind of throwaway units. Khan over here is going to move his Red Bear Infantry onto my flank to hold back the enemy at this little chokehold point. And then over here, I've launched my Saber Cavalry straight into the enemy units. The enemy launched his own Saber Cavalry at me as well, but that's okay. I'm mainly using the Saber Cavalry to keep those units busy, And you can see that I've completely won the missile fight over here. Over on Groin Baggage's end, like you guys saw, he completely decimated his opponent within minutes in this game. You can see his opponent is running back now with his remaining Yari Shigaru and Naginata Samurai and his general to link up with his ally in the red. Over here, my melee troops, my Saber Cavalry, are not doing a very good job. You can see that these Katanakachi really did do a number on them. And yes, their allies are running. And the enemy still has a unit of 2 units of Black Bears remaining, which are still going to pour the fire down on my troops. But you can see here that my guys are definitely doing a pretty good job of holding their own. I'm going to have my Azure Dragon Force start pouring the fire onto the enemy, onto these Katanakachi, and rout them. So there goes those Katanakachi. I'm actually going to accidentally unload on my Saber Cavalry as well, and they're actually going to shatter because I end up shooting a few of them. Excuse me. And then over here, while that was happening, Khan has been watching my flank. You can see his Red Bear Infantry is going to stay here and hold this line down. Only a few of his men are firing because not all of them are in range. But the enemy's going to start charging his Katanakachi straight into Khan. And over here, Khan is going to launch a large volley on these guys. Let's take a look at this. So while his Yarikachi catch these Katanakachi, the Katanakachi are actually going to spur forward and disregard Magikhan's Yarikachi, and they're going to go straight into Magikhan's Red Bear Infantry, which is a good move by his opponent, because the Katanakachi can definitely punch through. You can see they're still moving forward. I don't know what they're doing. It looks like he was running straight for my general. So I'm going to push my general back. I'm going to lose a few of my guys here. You can see I'm going to lose 2 of them. But I already have a fallback plan. You can see I've got my Azure Dragon Force launching some fire onto these Katanakachi, and they're going to decimate them. On Khan's flanks, his Red Bear Infantry are definitely getting largely decimated by these enemy troops. But we do have these guys in an encirclement tactic now. We're going to start pouring the fire in on these Katanakachi. The enemy's kind of confused on what he should do with them now. You can see they're just actually sitting stationary here. And this Katanakachi is now wavering, and those guys are going to be gone pretty dang quickly. And now back behind here, Magikhan has launched his Yari Cav straight into the enemy's Naginata Samurai and Yari Shigaru, mainly so Groin Baggage can catch him with his Tosa Riflemen. So you can see his Tosa Riflemen are going to start launching off some shots and getting those troops taken out pretty dang quickly. And now you can see that Groin Baggage's troops, his Black Bear Infantry are going to be pushing up to get some pretty good fire on these guys. While Magikhan and I have completely dealt with our opponents, Fuda Cake is now trapped in the center of this map. We have got him encircled, and this is going to be the end for him. He's going to make a nice last final stand right in the center here with this Bokachi. You can see his Bokachi are going to pull back. He's going to try to hold the center, but to no avail. You can see that Groin Baggage's troops have started to unload onto Neil Hijik's troops, and those guys are going to shatter immediately, and soon Fuda Cake's troops are going to follow. So Khan and I are going to be continually pressing our advantage while Groin Baggage comes in from the left, and this 2-pronged assault is really just going to decimate the enemy units and just take them out of the game. Mainly what the 3 of us were going for here was that we were going for a fast assault. The reason why Magikhan deployed so close to me was because we knew that one of the enemies would be fighting off alone here, and Magikhan and I deployed accordingly there just to take any unit that might, any player out here that kind of singled themselves out, because you should always double team in these larger matches if you can, because the numbers really matter. So right there, all the enemy units are routed, and that is going to be GG. So hope you guys enjoyed this 3v3 multiplayer commentary for Fall of the Samurai, and I'll bring you guys back some more soon. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys again later.